Hi all, it's Wise here. It's me just going live for the first time in a couple of months. I thought it was high time I came back and showed myself. I am back, I am alive, and it's not a cam slip, it's a belly slip. And I seem to have a stain on my top, but I don't care. I'll wait till the rest of you start filing in, and I'll play a little bit music if I can find it. See if I can find the Gregorian chant. Keep it as low as possible. I can find how to turn it down on YouTube now. So I know the computer's not letting us turn it down now. What is this special button? There we are. I'm going to try and take that silly background off because it's starting to get on my nerves now. There we are. Oh, come on. I'm doing it dead at the moment. Not that I wanted to, not that I intended to. Should have done all of this off screen. However, when I came on this evening, well, when I was coming this afternoon to come live, when you're doom scrolling, you go into your head, you've got to doom scrolling, you start to whinge about things. Well, for those that's normally in the chat, um, mental health hasn't been so good this year so far. And I'm just waiting now to see what the results was of the scan I had yesterday. And I don't think it's came up yet on the GP's record check. So I'm just going to have a quick check when I'm speaking to somebody. I'm not going to show you it live on here because it will come up with my name on it. Well, as the ceremony is for kids, and it's not there, so I'll probably find out later on in the week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a prayer, like I always do, a prayer protection. I ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Samuel, and Mary Magdalene to come down close to us this evening and give us protection from the evils of this world and give us protection from those who wish to harm us around the internet and around the world and in our private lives. Also, I wish to ask for healing protection for those who need it right now, especially one of my personal friends who's just been told that she has stage 4 treatable lung cancer. I give her a lot of love and respect and healing prayers and support, and hope the Divine Mother can gather around her with her ministry of the angels and protect her and offer her healing. I also ask for the two saints that I have done presentations on, both Thomas and Emma, that they can offer support of healing and medical needs and for needs of mothering and mothers who have lost their children through stillbirth, miscarriage, and the medical needs. May they offer healing and love and guidance. Blessed are the angels who walk amongst us each and every day to give us love, support, and guidance and protection. Amen. Okay, the first thing that came to me today, came to mind, so I've actually changed what I was going to do, was Trump. I know there's a lot going on surrounding the Trump family right now with the Tate boys. However, I will look using the planning postcards from heaven cards. I'm turning that a bit closer. The granny postcards from heaven cards. I'm just going to ask if the Trump in chief, President Donald J. Trump, will survive to the end of his presidency. And it's not by assassination attempts, it's by purely his ill health that he's hiding, well, been trying to hide from his constituents. We have the Nine of Cups, the Cornucopia, the Four of Wands, the Man and the Woman with the Ladder, Five of Cups. I don't think these cards are holding very well. I know they are in the upright. Six of Swords, Flowers in the Boat, Reflection, two, Letters, through the doors, yes, of Wheels are coming off. Let's see. Wheels are coming off. There's a Chariot. Now we'll be at the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. 35 in November. Two of Swords with Holly and the Ivy. So we have the Nine of Cups. Oh yeah, I always turn them and show you the cornucopia there. It is full of abundance. The abundance is flowing over, but there is, as you can see, some spilt nuts and some spilt fruit on the floor, just there. So it is, he's very materialistic and he gets satisfied from materialistic. He's drinking through when he became president. However, if his wife's dreams didn't come true, and that's why things spill over. There are troubles at home. Things are falling out of his cup. And yes, he thinks his world is peachy keen. There's the peaches, but they're not. The rot is set in. The rot set in a long time ago. The blue ribbons. That's it. The blues. The time for the blues is coming again, but it's sooner than you think. The Four of Wands. The uphill climb. The decline in health. Basically. Prosperity ceremony and celebration. He's had his time in the sun. He celebrated. He made hay while the sun shines. But at the moment, he is about to slip out those little slip-on shoes. He he and Melania are not in a very good place with their relationship. She wants out, but she knows because of his age. He's not running the show. He's being told what to say by the auto cue, automatic pen. I can actually see somebody else very underneath it with the auto pen. It's a woman writing things down, not the woman that he's got two women he's getting rid of in recent weeks and months. This is mm, this is his second in command's wife. He's more confused at times than what he would be at this stage of his delusions because she's writing things down in her native language as well to deliberately cause more confusion. Mrs. Vance is being a little silly, but Mr. Vance is between the two of them, they're running the country. And it's not Trump running the country into the ground. But there is now someone else pulling the strings of the country while Vance is on maternity leave. The Five of Cups, the blue chair. Somebody's feeling really blue in that. Sorry, Milo's decided he's got the bark on the ground. The Five of Cups. There's a little white dog, a little bulldog. Anyone in the White House, do you know, they've got a bulldog. Or is trying to emulate the bulldog feeling. Now, sorry, I'm going to have to mute this. I do apologise for that. He saw a cat out the window. Made a mess of the chair. Five of Cups. Five of Cups is disappointment ahead. The cup is off full, and there's going to be mixed news. News is already leaking out about his daughter, but there's also going to be small, very unstable news about his sons. But Donald's not going to quite get it. If you get what I mean? Donald is not going to understand what this news is. So you have to go off, you would have been like, just like that. But he also knew that the kids were releasing news. He had that more on it. You know, I had that more running law reserves. And here it will make them get excited. But it will bring charges to Donald with his sons, all three of them. Sorry about this. What I am saying is love is lost. People are passing like ships in the night. The Six of Swords, Six of Swords. These are forgetting it. These flowers are, unfortunately, these flowers are associated with dementia, associated with memory loss, fundraising for those charities, charities linked to those conditions are also used with seeds to scatter at funerals, so you don't forget those people. These people are actually scattering from in a reflection area. out at sea or out on a lake and saying, please remember me. And I'm getting Arlington Cemetery, Arlington Cemetery. But obviously, the lake at Mar-a-Lago as well. There's something to do with Arlington Cemetery as well as Mar-a-Lago. The Ace of Cups is going to bring healing and creative inspiration for a dark haired lady. I would take this as Melania. She's already heading towards a new relationship if she's not already in that new relationship. The letter, I would have said the divorce letter would have been coming through the door, but the inheritance letter is coming through the door. So these cards are very vintage, so they do come out quite clearly. There's the letter that's landed on the doorstep with the seal, the wax seal. In years gone by, that probably would have been the presidential seal. I'm not sure if the president's officers still use the wax seal to seal official documents. That's the card. Thank you. There's the people going off to deliver the news in the chariot. Things are going to change. The chariot is a major arcana card, and the chariot is overcoming obstacles and triumph for someone else. Where it's sad for everyone, usually when someone passes, it's usually triumphant, of course, as its determination, that fact that the person is then going to be standing in that place. But the country will shout, they will scream, they will demand the election. And there we are, there's the votes. And the one, I can't say there won't be any external interference this time. There may well be. But watch for the company whose cockroach was the most. Which country is the bear or the polar bear? What are yours? Two countries. They've got the biggest states in American soil. But the cockroach is not the land down under. And the country where all the cockroaches and chickens run free. They will help make feel it more unstable during this time. There won't be any more assassination attempts. Ill health, rapid declination of health. That's why Mr. McConnell's family are holding off getting any announcements about himself because there's a certain Communist Party holding back. The Nine of Pentacles is in reverse, as I said when I first pulled the cards. So the material security is disappearing. Let me turn that music off. The abundance is disappearing. But those who thought they were in for some financial reward from Trump's trust, they're in for the biggest shocks of their lives. He will provide for his family. He'll provide for Melania. He'll provide for that one great love of his life. But he will not provide for any hangers-on. The rest of the money will be gone in property taxes, paying off insurances, paying off lawsuits that's to come and that's already in the pipelines, and to try and keep his sons and possibly his daughter out of prison. You can see why I've used these cards. Turkey time. Yeah, turkey time's November, isn't it? In America. There's also the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is Christmas, showing Christmas vibes with the holly, with the berries in. There's a little urchin here with patches on his knees. There's a secret little love child here. That little love child will come forward. And once I'm hearing once upon a time, he denied me as his child. But when he dies, I can come forward and claim what's mine. I will no longer be hidden by what it was once lies. Here he goes. He's a fair-haired lad, and he is the absolute double of Trump. But the health issues that people are saying he's got, thanks to the incontinences, the cognitive issues. If I was to tap into Trump now, which I don't want to, I'd become horrifically confused. I wouldn't be able to get my words out. Is when I did a reading on him before, I couldn't quite put my finger on why I couldn't get my words out. And now I understand why. Because the psychologists are now coming out and saying his decline is rapid. He's got frontal temporal dementia, which does come on very quickly. And when it does, if you're not taking the correct treatment and you're just taking the wacko herbal remedies which your colleagues are telling you to take, and not following the correct medical advice of your doctors, the decline is rapid. Having worked with people with frontal temporal dementia and Lewy body's dementia, which goes hand in hand with Parkinson's disease, I can tell you both can come on rapidly, but both can be treated with medication, which can slow it down and keep you on an even keel for a while. But then nature takes its course. Other parts of your central nervous system starts breaking down. It will then start affecting your bowels and your bladder. which when you're in your 80s, like Mr. Trump is, and I'm not diagnosing him here by any means, Mr. Trump is allegedly, and some have said, dually incontinent. And it is unfair that his aides around him are keeping him working. They did this with Mr. Biden as well. It's unfair, just because they want to keep their jobs. It's unwise as well. I'm going to move these cards off the table now. I am going to get my what's the tea, and I'm going to ask them what's the tea cards about Mr. Nanos, Sheriff Nanos. I have read on him before, but I want to know if he is going to lose his job at some point because of the Nancy Guthrie case. And I believe very strongly that he has, in the past, bungled more than one missing older person's case. There we are. There's one card jumped out. And there it is. It says third party, multiple lovers, love triangle. This man loves himself. He's not paying attention to his job. He loves the camera too much. He wants to be seen as the B.I.M., the Billy Big Balls as it was. And he's trying to keep himself on par because he sees himself as getting the next career step. The next career step for him would be going off to either Congress or being state senator. That is this man's next step. So he is kissing backsides like you wouldn't believe to keep himself in his job. So is Mr. Nanos going to be seen through eventually? The next case, he's not reporting effectively to CPS any child neglect cases because he's keeping his numbers down. So kids are at risk of being abducted. But that's what put Nancy at risk as well, because she was reporting along with other people. They were reporting that there were strange people around. They'd been reporting this for months. This is what I pick up from the cards. And they were picking this up. Everywhere they went, they saw a strange person. They were reporting this to the police. They were reporting it to their neighbourhood watch, and they said they were talking shit. Nanos did not want to know. His team didn't want to know because it was all about keeping their crime statistics down. The longer they kept their statistics down, the easier it was for him to move on to his next phase in his career. Hello, those two people who are just watching, come on in, have a chat. I don't mind. Don't even mind if you're just sitting there watching. And it says for someone to come forward now and shine your light because it's irritating him. Put him in the spotlight. Ask him these questions. He hates YouTubers because YouTubers are asking were asking the questions that the normal press wouldn't ask. He's not obliged to answer. But there's your answer. He could be moving on quite soon. I'd say 3 to 6 months. It could be that's generally the rule of thumb with the cards. 3 to 6 months, Nanos could be moving on. But the guy who's being given information out is a shit stirrer, a liar. He just wanted to get himself out on the internet, make a name for himself because he thought he could make a lot of money. There we are. He's moving on. You can't get any clearer than that when you get those two cards come out simultaneously. He's definitely moving on. Where to? We don't know. Hopefully it's where we all would like to see him for bungling cases. Where would I like to see him disappear to? Hopefully their state senator can actually see this man for what he is and carry out a federal investigation on him. Right. I'm going to clear this negative energy off here. And I'm going to move these cards for starters. Milo, that's enough. Have myself a drink of choice, which is me Lipton iced tea. Over here, it is absolutely sugar-free and very few calories in. It's got no fat, no saturates. It actually says it's sugar-free on the pack, but here it's saying it's 11% sugar and 2% salt. There we are. I've got to watch what I am drinking now. In canned stuff, I can't drink fizzy pop because I have an issue with my spleen. And that is aggravated by drinking carbonated drinks. This is flat, so I can drink it. So I love my iced tea. And that's just come straight out of my son's fridge. His little mini fridge. Right. Mary Magdalene Oracle cards. I don't need to knock on them like everybody else does, because that's not me. Right. And that was just to shuffle them back. The cross. This is to say that you're anchored in your faith. You're anchored in love. And we hope that those who are missing, either in the UK, around the world, and especially Summer Wells, Sebastian, Nancy, and those like them, are all brought home safely, or if they are no longer with us, in the worst case scenario, that they are brought home so their families can have some closure. and have faith that their Lord is with them, holding them up like a crutch. It's faith, hope, love, and endurance with this cross. There we are. It's a Mary Magdalene cross. I will get the book out and read this full card here. I'll read excerpts from it. I believe that is the first card. Sorry if you didn't hear noise. That's my son playing on his Xbox upstairs. I'm planning on moving upstairs with my studio equipment soon, so I'm going to have to soundproof my room, including my door. So, the cross. I am anchored in love. That is your affirmation for the day. Your soul voice meditation for this is, where in my life can I anchor more fully into my heart? It is believed that crossing the Mediterranean Sea, Mary Magdalene landed in what is now Sainte Marie de la Mer in the south of France. This is why Mary Magdalene is associated with the Guardian's Cross, which is this cross that originates in this coastal region of France. It contains a traditional cross at the top and a heart in the middle. The anchor is at its base. This tritone composition refers to 1 Corinthians 13:13. Faith, hope, and love endure. These three, but the greatest of these is love. Christ instructs us in Mary's Gospel, become content at heart while also remaining discontent and disobedient. Indeed, become contented and agreeable. Only in the presence that of the other image of nature. Anyone with 2 ears capable of hearing should listen. Mary 3:12-14. That was from the Hidden Gospel of Mary, which is starting to come back to the fore. So Mary's cross seems to echo with the meaning from antiquity to the modern world. Its symbol of faith as the radical act of knowing love and experiencing love from direct within us. They used to say that there is no love like a mother's love. But for what I've seen in the last few months, the last few years, in fact, on YouTube and Facebook, etc., of one father's love of his son, of his missing son, is that love is unconditional. It is strong. It is strong of faith. It is strong of love, and it's unbounding, unbidden. My Lord, that's enough. And that love from that point of view is unending. And that from Mary's cross goes across the seas in the heart, the cross, and the anchor. Because your love holds your faith and anchors all. It's like your ship in the sea. Once you anchor, you're not stuck at sea. You're anchored at 3 points. You're anchored in the water, on your ship, and with your colleagues and friends. Right, I'm using the Shadow Healing deck now. This is the Aboriginal Guidance deck. I do use them when I'm finishing off sometimes, which I'm going to finish off very soon because Milo is starting to get on my nerves a little bit. And as this is my first one back, and we're coming up to, I know about what it is with him. He's affected by the planetary disturbances that's going on right now. So as much as I am, that's why I'm suffering from so many migraines and what have you. I might even try and get out on Wednesday night and try and get to a high point where I can film the Milo baby, where I can film the oh yeah, it's stunned. That moment when time stands still as you try to make sense of what has occurred. This is the golden moment to plan your next move rather than react to the situation. There we are. And there's the back. That was how Sebastian Rogers' father was feeling at the time. It's probably how Nancy Guthrie's daughter was, if daughters were feeling. I believe our daughter, who's on television a lot, is still feeling that way. I'm going to pull another couple. Thinking here. Don't usually read on missing minors, but healing. Right, this is anguish. Simply knowing there is an end to this feeling of sorrow is the beginning of your healing process. This is out to Sebastian's dad. You can start to heal knowing that there's an end to your sorrow. Just channel all your anguish, your anger, your pain into your core case. That is all I can give you right now. Thank you to the viewers that's joined me this evening. All it is now is for me to blow out this candle. Which is a Lady of Lords candle. And I'm going to say thank you, God bless. And thank the angels for guiding us and protecting us tonight. And good night and God bless. Is there anything anyone would like to speak about? As I can see there's 3 of you in chat now. Before I disappear. Right. I'm going to end the stream and I'm going to go and watch some YouTube myself. And yeah, these are all handmade. Before I go, I will tell you that all these crystal bracelets are handmade by myself or my mother. And I do sell them from time to time at local markets, etc. So I will see you sometime soon. You can make a donation to the channel via the QR code if it's working. If not, I will see you all on Wednesday. Oh, thank you. I didn't realise it put us on Twitch as well.